My name is Kyle Flores, and today I'll be speaking on the Wounded Warrior Project. So around 25% of soldiers that return back from war return home with some sort of mental and physical damage that makes life more difficult than it was before. These men and women made a great sacrifice to their country that will leave them at a disadvantage to take care of themselves and their family now that they have returned home. The Wounded Warrior Project can help them in many ways that they deeply deserve. Wounded Warrior Project is a not-for-profit organization that helps wounded soldiers after their time in the military better their lives in many ways. As a grandson, nephew, and brother of veterans with intentions of joining the military myself, I think this is a very worthy cause and deserves as much help as possible to help out the wounded soldiers of the United States. The main purpose of the Wounded Warrior Project is to help soldiers heal from both mental and physical wounds. The way this is done is through donations that go towards top-tier healthcare for these men and women that may not be as easily attainable without the work of the organization. Soldiers, when returning home from war, deal with many different problems. Some struggle with physical injuries and how to adjust back to their normal lives when their military careers are over. Other veterans may struggle mentally with many different other aspects. Some people may struggle with how to deal with their newfound freedom that can lead them down the wrong path. Others may struggle with post-traumatic stress disorder and how to deal with their old life showing up into their new life. Without the help from the Wounded Warrior Project, many of these people would be forced to deal with these problems on their own. In support of their effort to improve mental health of soldiers, an article by Eric Mandel of the Atlanta Business Chronicle states that the Wounded Warrior Project will be donating $29.2 million to the Emory Healthcare Veterans Program to improve the treatment of those suffering from PTSD, traumatic brain injuries, along with depression, anxiety, and to also research the brain. To address the physical aspect of the good the Wounded Warrior Project can accomplish, an article on the official Wounded Warrior Project website, a veteran named John Rigo, who had a building collapse on him that left a steel I-beam across his lap, leaving a lot of damage to the midsection of his body. Through connections in the Wounded Warrior Project, John was invited to an Under Armour workout with other veterans that taught him how to strengthen his body and to become healthy, which ultimately led to him losing the 60 pounds that he had gained since leaving the military. People can be helped in many different ways in the Wounded Warrior Project that benefits many different people. Donations made to the Wounded Warrior Project that are what makes the mental and physical rehabilitation of these men and women possible. Along with the ability to care for wounded veterans, the Wounded Warrior Project allows for experiences for these men and women that they otherwise would have never gotten the chance to do. According to an article by Uni Denise and Sheila Evans of ABC News, the Wounded Warrior Project set veterans up with the ability to go on flights in fighter jets. Things like this help veterans feel a sense of belonging that may be missing and only is possible through the help of the Wounded Warrior Project. Experiences like this are very expensive, as fuels for the jets cost up to $15,000. On its own, this would not be able to happen, but with donations to the charity, it is. By donating to the Wounded Warrior Project, you are allowing for soldiers to get the help they need and deeply deserve to better themselves mentally and physically in their transitions to their new lives. By donating, you will allow for the Wounded Warrior Project to continue to do good in a very deserving community. According to an article by WGN, the Wounded Warrior Project made a $45 million donation to the Rush University University Medical Center that allowed for 5,000 veterans to receive free health care while receiving help with healing from PTSD. This donation was the largest donation made in the history of the hospital and would not be possible without the help of people donating to the cause. By donating to the Wounded Warrior Project, you will be helping those in need get the help they so desperately need, and even more deserve for serving our country and sacrificing a great deal for the place we all call home. Donations of any size will benefit many people in many different ways. Donations to the Wounded Warrior Project will benefit wounded veterans by allowing them to access tools that would otherwise have been inaccessible at no cost to them. Your donation to the Wounded Warrior Project will benefit deserving people in ways that will change their lives, who did give their very all to protect you, so now you have the opportunity to do the same and help them.